Hey, what's up, guys? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrance, and I'm back at it again with another fragrance review. Today, I've got one for you that, I kind of have mixed feelings on now. Like, I was really excited to get it, and after kind of spending a little time with it and stuff, it's just not what I remember. So, it'll be interesting to see, how this reviews goes. But hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty good today, actually. Had a really good day. Don't have to wear a beanie anymore. I got my hair cut, so I feel pretty good about that. Nothing like a new, fresh haircut. So hope that, like I said, your day is going well. Guys, let's just sit back and enjoy a fragrance review. So today I've got something for you on the very, very cheap side. I picked this up off Amazon for like $21, like super cheap. So I'm not really mad about the price on it. I don't feel like I've lost really anything, but yeah, I had higher expectations from what I remember it being. So let's go ahead and get into it. Today I'm bringing to you from the house of Armaf. This is Tres Nuit, however you want to say that. I think it's French for 3 nights. I don't speak French, so if you do, I mean, maybe comment down below and tell me if I'm wrong. But going over the presentation, you do have the top there, have the Armaf logo. Over here, you have this nice, like, kind of suede box. It feels really kind of suede right here. It feels really nice, actually. I enjoy that. And you got the leather strap right there with looks like a belt buckle that kind of clips together. And you got Tres Nuit right there. On the back, you have the leather strap on the box. It's just a box, but the embroidering of a leather strap there, and then the house. So the overall presentation of the box, I really enjoy, honestly. Does it give a shelf life? It does. So right here, we could see that this is good for 36 months, so 3 years. So it'll last you a good while. Yeah, so overall, the presentation I'm, really happy with for the box, but let's go ahead and bring out the bottle. The bottle's got this really cool kind of frosted glass. As you can see, it's like this navy blue frosted glass, and I really, really enjoy that. And the silver, looks like the writing already came off. But the silver shiny writing on there looks really, really swanky. I really enjoy that. As you guys know, that's kind of my word. Swanky means just high class, luxurious. I like that kind of cursive writing on there. And then you have this leather strap that goes around it, kind of like what was on the box there. And then you have that buckle right there that just says Tres Nuit. On the cap, kind of clicks into place. You have their Armaf logo on top. It's not like a Mont Blanc cap or a Parfums de Marly cap, but it's got a little weight to it. I like that. It's not just super cheap plastic. I mean, it probably is plastic, but it's got a little weight to it. I like that. So, yeah, right there with that little P right there used to be. It looks like it already kind of came off, so that's kind of annoying, but it just says pour homme. And give it a little spritz here. Show you the atomizer. Not a bad little spray. If you can see that or not, but yeah, not a bad little spray. So overall, for 21 bucks with the presentation alone, it's not bad, honestly. Armaf is a house that is known for doing clones of cologne. A little play on words there, but they're really popular for Club de Nuit Intense Man, which is their version of Creed Aventus, and in the dry down, I think that it smells pretty fairly close to it. The opening is not very good, but we'll save that for a different review. And then this is their take on Creed's Green Irish Tweed, and I was really, really, really excited to get this because I actually traded my Green Irish Tweed for another fragrance that I really wanted. So it was kind of a bittersweet because I wanted to get the cologne that I got, and I really did like the Green Irish Tweed, but I never really wore it. I wore it maybe 5 or 6 times since I've got it, and that was last winter. So I mean, didn't really put a dent in it. So I was like, well, I'll pick this up because I want to get Green Irish Tweed back, but I don't want to pay for it right now. So this would be a good alternative. And man, I don't know if it's just I got spoiled with Green Irish Tweed or what it was, but this to me in the air, I think is about 85% close. I know that people, they say that this is like a spot on rendition of Green Irish Tweed. And before I had it, I had just smelled it throughout the air and samples and stuff like that. And I mean, I thought that, man, that smells exactly like this. Like this smells exactly like Green Irish Tweed, and I was really excited because I was like, man, if I ever decide to get Green Irish Tweed, that'll be awesome. But if I never do, this would be a good alternative. And for whatever reason, in the opening to me, whenever I spray it on my skin, it has this weird harsh kind of note in there, and I don't know why, because like even the note breakdown, you have lemon verbena, you have violet, you have ambergris, sandalwood. The notes are really, really similar to Green Irish Tweed, but to me, in my nose, maybe it's the batch that I had, because I know that Creed's, it's all about the batch, and like to me, I have mixed feelings on that. And so the batch that I had of Green Irish Tweed was very bright and sharp, and that lemon citrus really kind of came forth and just really popped. On this, it's still there, but it's more of like a dulled down, and it's more rounded off, and it's got like this creamy vibe that comes through, which is good, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have that same pop as Green Irish Tweed had, or at least the version that I had. So maybe I'm just comparing it to the version that I had, or what, but it just doesn't have that bright citrusy lemon in your face kind of pop. And so I don't know, overall, I think that as this dries down on the skin, that's when it really starts to smell like the Green Irish Tweed, and that's whenever I would say that it's probably like a 90-95% rendition of that. So it is very close in the dry down, but on the initial spray, maybe it's just a batch of Green Irish Tweed that I had. I don't think that it really resembles it like to 100% tea. Is it very close? Yes. Will the average person, see any differences to it? Maybe not. I don't know. Since I've had Green Irish Tweed, when I first got it back in November of 2019, my nose has honestly really developed. I've come in contact with a lot more niche fragrances, and I've really been able to kind of pick apart more synthetic notes and stuff like that in the designer fragrances and stuff like that. Not saying that's a bad thing, but I really do prefer Green Irish Tweed over this. Is this a bad fragrance in itself? Absolutely not. I think that for the money that you spend, and the average person, they're not going to be able to tell a difference really. But for me and my nose, on that initial spray, it just doesn't do it for me for the closeness to it. And in fact, it almost put me off to it whenever I very first revisited this fragrance. But as it began to dry down, it became really good, and it's just a beautiful fragrance. So I would say that on a scale of 1 to 10 of how close this is, and maybe, like I said, I'm going to reiterate this again, maybe it's just the batch that I had, but I would say in the opening, I would give it maybe like a 7 or 8 out of 10 on closeness. But then whenever it really starts to dry down, then I'm going to give it like a 9.5 out of closeness to Green Irish Tweed. So overall, on a scale of 1 to 10 on how much I like this, I'm going to give it probably a 7. Like that opening just really doesn't do it for me. It's almost like I have what it really reminds me of is there's a shaving soap that I have. It's called Sharp Dressed Man from Sterling, and they're a wet shaving soap company, and they have their rendition of Green Irish Tweed, which is Sharp Dressed Man, and there's like this really aloe vera, like kind of weird note that's really prevalent in that soap, and it kind of reminds me of this. So maybe that's what I don't like about it in the opening. I don't know, but so for that reason, I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. But for the fragrance itself, I'm gonna give it probably an 8 or a 9. I'll say 8.5. That way, it's kind of in the middle. I'll say 8.5. It really does do a really good rendition of Green Irish Tweed. In the dry down, for the price that you're paying for it, the longevity, the projection is really decent. I got at least a good 6 hours off of this, and so that's really good. The projection is really good for the first hour and a half. I really think that this could be in any type of situation fragrance. I think you could dress it up. I think that you could just wear it casually. Same with Green Irish Tweed. But I think that for this one, you can actually spray a little heavy, maybe 5, 6 sprays, and it'll last you all day. It's not going to offend anybody. It's going to be really good for the high heat and also for the cooler weather. I think some of those spices that come forth are going to be good for the fall and winter months as well. So, I think that overall, this is a pretty safe bet if you want to get something that's close to the Green Irish Tweed without forking over the money. I mean, Green Irish Tweed, you're looking at least 180, 190 on discounted fragrance group sites and stuff like that. Like I'm part of Frag Addicts, and there's a couple distributors in there that you can get it for a decent good price. But even on like the discounted sites like fragrancex.com, fragrance.net, places like that, you're still going to be paying upwards of like 200 and like I think 230. So it's still pretty up there. So really good cheap alternative for that, and for the average person, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. So anyways, guys, yeah, that's my review on Armaf's Trace Nuit. Hope you guys have a good one.